Gabe Jaramillo is one of the world's leading tennis coaches. In a career spanning 4 decades, he's trained 8 world number ones, including Andre Agassi, Maria Sharapova and Monica Seles. Gabe is director of tennis at the Club Med Academy in Florida, where he continues to develop young talent through to the elite level. During a recent visit to the academy, we took time out to discuss player development and the thorny issue of tennis parents.
The parents and the coaches have to complete different roles. That's a good quality ball. Our role is to teach them skills. Our role is to stretch them every time more. Our role is to really identify how they perform during competition. And at the same time, we're motivators. That's our role. The parents' role is very different. And sometimes the parents don't understand the difference and they become the coaches. And when they become the coaches, that's when they lose their son or daughter, basically as their son or daughter. And it doesn't work.
Over the years, Gabe has seen the careers of many promising junior players founder, their original love for the game blighted by burnout.
Don't let it go. When you move back, you lose your power, you lose your weapon. Don't move back. The ball is high, swinging ball every time. Wakata. I don't believe in burnouts from volume or excess of volume or because they started too early. Because a lot of psychologists talk a lot about starting too early, working too hard, too many hours. But I have experienced burnouts when the parents get too involved. When the parents get emotionally involved and they demand a lot from the student and they demand a lot from that little player, that's when they start playing with fear, and that's when they don't enjoy the game anymore, and that's when they quit. Another mistake the parents make in the burnout is when they start comparing their sons or daughters to other students or to other players. And that comparison is a killer. I really believe that every father, every mother wants the best for their kid, and they never want to hurt their son or daughter intentionally, but it happens.
In the 1980s, Gabe helped develop an exciting new talent by the name of Andre Agassi. But behind the Las Vegans' glitz and glamour lay a troubled relationship with his father.
He hasn't talked to the father. They have a very poor relationship. But what people don't understand is that the relationship got broken when he was very young. Andre started playing tennis at 5 years old. And the father put a lot of pressure for him to play every day, a lot of volume, but the father was the coach. At 13 years old, when he found out that he couldn't handle him anymore, he dropped him off at the academy, and basically he wasn't very involved since then. So all the damage happened, when he was very young. Another example of parents that, unfortunately, that done it wrong is Sharapova. Yuri, very, very dedicated to her. Very involved, probably one of the most professional parents I have worked with.
There's my dad. Say hi.
Hi. And they had a beautiful relationship. She really loved the father. The problem was that he became extremely controlling. He wanted to control every part of her life. And that's when she had enough. And if you look at today, they talk very little. He doesn't go to the tournaments. Every year at the 1st of January, she writes a check for him, sends it to him, thanks him for everything, but they don't have the relationship that they used to have because he became too controlling. Anyway, your game is coming forward. The ball is high, swinging volley.
But Gabe has also seen plenty examples of good parenting. At the 1991 US Open, the number 8 seed Aaron Krickstein squandered a 2-sets-to-love lead against a 39-year-old Jimmy Connors.
Somehow, Connors found a way to come back, but he had the whole crowd with him. Every time he won a point, he was going, "Come on!" And the whole stadium, thousands of people, "Come on!" The energy was unbelievable. Dr. Krickstein was going crazy, talking bad about his son. He cannot put a forehand away. He cannot serve. He is as easy. He better go back to university. He should quit tennis, on and on. After the match, we went to see Aaron. And I thought Dr. Krickstein, because still while we were walking, he was going absolutely crazy. I thought he was gonna strangle Aaron. But when he got there, his attitude was completely different. He was able to control his emotions and told him, hey, what happened today can never happen again. So let's learn from these situations so it won't happen again. And what people don't know is that Aaron has the record coming back in Grand Slams. From 2-0, he won 10 times. 10 times he was down, 2-0, and he came back. So that experience helped him. So he's a smart father that I was able to help him. Monica Seles, to me, was the player with the most talent that I have ever coached. That girl would have broken every record if it wasn't because she got stabbed in the back. Her father was very involved in her career. They had a rule. The court was their office, and they were not going to talk any business outside the office. So I remember many times when they finished the practice, late at night, 7 o'clock at night, they would finish the practice and they would sit down on the court until 10 o'clock at night, because they knew that once they step out of the court, they couldn't keep talking about tennis. That was the rule, and it was a very healthy rule. Monica and her father kept a very good relationship. When he passed away, it was very, very hard for her. Even today, she misses him a lot.
Lex Carrington is an elite-level coach who's worked with a number of leading professionals. His 3 children are all talented players, but rather than coach them full-time, he's entrusting Gabe and the Club Med Academy with their development.
Now, I worked with him before, and we have a very good relationship. I understand what he's trying to accomplish, and he understands our system.
So, the key is to make it fun. It's got to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, with the older one, now that she's at such a high level, she's starting to play futures and things, yeah, we're at the office and we need to be professional. With my middle daughter, we're trying to get over that hump. She's 13 now. I still want it to be fun for her. She doesn't need to be miserable, but we need to be getting the work done. And my youngest boy, we have a father and son dynamic, but, we get along really well. He raced motocross for years, racing motorcycles. So I watch him do his thing, and he gives me a lot of feedback, which is a key. So I think the real key is to get the feedback from them rather than me overwhelming them.
Sport helps children learn the value of discipline, perseverance, and responsibility, attributes that can help them face up to any situation in life. If parents support their children in the right way, they can achieve the key goal of developing a young person with total well-being and independence.
So the best way for the parents to motivate the student is to praise their effort. You're working hard. I love your discipline. You were losing in that match, but you never gave up. Things like that are the ones that are going to get the student more mature. Also, after every match, after every practice, asking the parents, ask the students, what did you learn today? What can we do better tomorrow? That's the best way to make champions.